Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Golden Ticket. We are back to Case 3, the House of Dolls.
Hello.
Yes, so we've done a bit of a side thing, which will occur in the future. So this is kind of a rewind back to.
I think I'm going to be putting the the um, the dinner thing on House of Dolls. The dinner thing is a little bit hard to place, so yeah, I might put that one afterwards. Yeah, so yeah, we're a little bit of a we've done some side stories and now we're back to the story we left off on. But
Yeah.
the one of our players is having uh, times in life that make it hard to come regularly, so she's going to be drop in, drop out.
Yeah. All right. I. All right. This next part for House. We're going to reopen at home with Riley. Well, when I say home, I mean at Elaine Griffin's orphanage
Right.
in Riley's room. With Riley doing some form of assignment. What do we reckon Riley might be doing?
Okay. So she'll be on a her own little her own program because have to catch her up with years worth of not being educated. Um, handwrite she might be doing handwriting things.
Okay.
Probably has some reading material on hand. She would probably test about average for a high school student in America on reading,
Mm-hmm.
which is sad to
All right.
say, but
I'm going to throw this out to the whims of chance. What sort of move would you say, assuming that I would use it to make a soft move, excusing if you failed for this particular assignment?
that sounds like take a risk.
It does, doesn't it? So let's do a take the risk.
Okay. I'm going to suggest that Misha's in the room trying to help her with, handwriting and reading, essay assignments.
Perfectly reasonable.
Okay. And so that will be Misha Dawson. Oh yeah, I
Hmm.
have an improvement on her back to back. What does that do? Once per session can train a miss for a 7 to 9. Okay. Um, the only other thing I can think of is there's really not much. More human, maybe.
Yep, I would go with more human, maybe a sense of definition.
That'll work. Yeah. And I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. I could do campus conditions, but rather not use a crew theme or an extra theme tag unless I have to.
I'm going to hit disjointed responses.
Yeah, because any sort of reading essay is going to come out rather weird from her.
Hmm.
Okay.
Which will give you a bump up on grappling with humanity.
Oh wow. Yeah, that goes up once. Huh. Okay. Here we go. anything else? I still have the detention. Do I? I don't have the alarm because that's the dinner, isn't it?
Yeah. Remove the alarm status. I don't think the detention status will affect. Why are you on power 2 and not. Oh, yes, power 2, of course. Yeah.
Because you gave me 3 things to tag.
Yeah. No, I've got it.
Um, yeah. As an explanation for people who are wondering why I suddenly have all my things unburned, is because that happened in some of the side stories. And one of the great things about this system is that it's narratively possible to explain why something is unburned when you go off to a time side story that's on a different time period, or why you have a theme that didn't exist when that happened. It's really
Yep.
easy to do in this game system. So,
Yes. Roll it. Take a risk.
okay, here we go. Things get messy.
Messy handwriting.
Messy handwriting. Okay. Yep.
Alright. Let's see. Hard bargain or an ugly choice? Hmm.
Is she under watch? She'd probably be under watch by whatever they have to replace Lori as a psychologist or counselor for psychological issues, wouldn't they?
Oh, yes, very, very likely. That hadn't come into play yet because it's still been too early for Laurie to be replaced.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Either at some point you're going to have to talk to your the teacher for that subject about the assignment, and probably can try to convince them that to give you a second chance or.
Oh, I'm trying to think of the proper terms for special ed. I used to have to know these, but accommodation, that's the
Mm,
one. She,
yeah.
she might end up. She wouldn't have it yet. She might end up having to get an accommodation that she can do some of these essays verbally until her handwriting gets better.
Mm.
But if
Um,
she has a bad rep right now, that's not going to be a thing that's easy to get.
no. Which was. So, yes, so there's that option, or you could be forced to get a. Uh, you could be forced to have a more intensive, like, examination of your skills, which would give you less time, is what I'm getting at. You would be under greater scrutiny.
Okay, so either the hard choice I have is talk to the teacher directly about this
Yep.
thing, or be under greater scrutiny.
Yes.
Probably go with the teacher right now.
All right. So that will be pending. However, in the middle of the assignment, there is a rap on Riley's window. Magdalena is standing outside.
Okay. Okay, so Misha and her are gonna look over there real quick and share a look. Misha's going to look at Random, and Random probably look back just because that's the narrative thing to do, and then cock her head to the side and move over to the window and open it. Hello.
Magdalena. Magdalena says hello. Hello back. She holds up her stump to wave, then realizes that she doesn't have her hand on that arm at the moment. Hello. Sorry about that.
Sorry about what?
I was just wondering if I could talk to you for a minute about something that we didn't get to talk about, because your friend and my friend kind of got a bit heated, and now she doesn't want to talk to her. But we've still got a problem that we need to work out, and I was hoping to get your help.
Okay. Wait. I'm assuming Misha's going to be looking at her a little bit sideways, like what? But yeah. What problem?
May I come in?
She's going to take a sniff, but this person's by no means a vampire. So just will, yeah, go ahead.
Mm. Magdalena climbs in through the window, straightens her dress. Thank you. Yes. You may or may not have guessed that I wasn't always like this, she says, holding up the stump of the hand with the wires coming.
Did you lose the hand? And Misha's like, I think it's kind of like me and Lori and you, Random. And I'm just going to look a little bit confused. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, you might recall that Magdalena lost the hand in the fight with Elaine.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's just Random would think not always like this would refer to not always didn't always have a hand missing, and would think
Right.
robot hand would be, yeah. Did you lose the hand?
Hmm. Um, no, I was a flesh and blood girl, and then very slowly I became like this. I don't know why. I'm looking into why, with the help of Adenea and Chana.
Oh, I don't remember being other. I was this. I want to know why I was made this.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then Misha will probably. I'll let you handle Misha while Random's in here. So.
Okay. Oh, Misha puts her hands on her hips and says, "Oh, okay, so does that have anything to do with your problem?"
Do you have?
Magdal...
Sorry.
Sorry, you
Uh,
go.
yeah, random's like, do you have a good doctor? The good doctor being the trope that is definitely not the good guy doctor.
Yes. Magdalena takes a deep breath and says, "Well, I back when I was a flesh and blood girl, I got mixed up with some of the wrong people, and there was a person who exposed me to the other side of the city, I guess you could say. And I was rescued from that by Adonea, along with Chana. I was. These people were going to make me fight in an arena.
Okay, I'm trying to think if there's probably at least one horror movie where there is a blood sport situation going on.
Most likely.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so. Let. Sorry.
No problem, no problem.
I'm very sorry, Thrith. I might have to stop. I can't seem to concentrate at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. We got a little bit discombobulated by this week anyway.
Yeah, and I'm. Yeah,
We'll pick it up
yeah,
from here later on, and I'll just edit this on top of it.
yeah.
I'll leave the
I'm
note from my
very
side.
sorry.
That's okay.
Okay,
I'll stop the recording now.
okay.
And I guess we're doing this on Thursdays now? Go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Case 3 of the Golden Ticket House of Dole.
Hello, everybody.
We may or may not have to splice this one together.
We probably are. I'm probably going to put this introduction into the bloopers and use the other introduction.
Mm-hmm.
And put the we're going to hold this till later as well into the bloopers.
Yep.
Okay.
Things happen, unfortunately. Brains break down.
Things happen is a definition of life.
Mm-hmm. So Magdalena was talking to Riley and Misha about the problem that they're having with tracking down their Magdalena's former captors.
Right, because she got into a group that was making her do like a blood sport.
Yes, after she basically turned into a robot or something very like a robot. So, yes, as you can imagine, it's not easy for myself or my friends to attempt to hunt down these perpetrators. After all, we're just exposing ourselves to recapture and which would make Adonea have to come get us again, and she's not necessarily the most discreet of people, and I wouldn't want to see her or us placed in any more danger. And considering the business between yourselves and that scientist fellow,
Uh, oh, yes. Okay. Uh, the other good doctor,
hmm,
the one experimenting with vampire blood.
Misha nods and says, "Yeah, we we seem to have fallen into the role of dealing with these sorts of things."
Well, I'm here.
But, well, Misha sort of puts her hand on Riley's shoulder. Before we agree to anything, though, what's in it for us? I mean, you're asking us to expose ourselves to danger. I mean, obviously, these people are not nice people at all. Admittedly, none of the people we've dealt with so far have been, but you know, what's in it for us? I'll ask that again.
What she said.
Magda- Hmm. Magdalena considers that for a few moments. I have information that's probably pertinent to your own issues and questions about your identity. It's a simple trade. You want information that we can give. I want the peace of mind that you can help me attain.
Okay, what does the peace of mind look like?
Magdalena opens her mouth and closes it several times. Misha leans in and says, it's a figure of speech. If we deal with the people who kidnapped her before, she won't have to keep looking over her shoulder for them."
Ah, okay. And you have information. And she's going to
She
be,
nods.
yeah, going to, they're going to look very closely and try to get a sense of how relevant Magdalena thinks the information she has is relevant to Riley.
Hmm. I will let you do an investigate, but what she says is Well, my mistress worked with your good doctors. That's where they got the vampire blood from. My mistress has been cooperating with them in a limited capacity, helping with their research. I'm not exactly sure why she keeps her own counsel on that. But I can take some guesses considering what else I know.
Okay, so random's going to nod, and expression's going to stay mostly the same, but still be very closely paying attention. And I'm just going to tag Scent of Souls on this.
Okay.
I still haven't advance I haven't done yet. Oh well.
Indeed.
That's a miss.
Oh my.
That's probably a pair of twos. Yep.
Yep, it is. Good guess.
I could
Let's.
do the once per session working with Misha thing back to back, but I think I'll let the miss pass because it's more interesting.
Okay, let's see. I am going to give you a status 2. Just let me think of how to word this one. Let's call this inscrutable AI. Riley has a lot of problems working out what humans think and feel. Non-human sentiences are even more distant.
So she's on the other side of human away from Riley. Got it.
Yeah.
Riley's very primal. She's very, I guess, logic.
Yes. The tells of an AI are probably quite different to what she's used.
Indeed.
At least for now. So, Misha, considering information is the best currency, sits back and says, well, alright, where do we start then? Magdalena shrugs and says, honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know where we were held or where the. Well, I know where the blood sports used to be held, but naturally, once we escaped, they pulled up their pickets and changed location, so we have no idea where they.
Huh? How long?
Oh, 4 months?
Four months?
Yes, they've had plenty of time to slip away, and naturally I haven't been keen on
Okay.
tracking them myself. As I said, I'm afraid of being recaptured. It seems like a bad idea for us to poke this particular.
Okay. Where was it?
She. You gave her hand back, correct?
She hasn't asked about it yet.
Oh, I thought she had. Um. So, looking at her hand, she says, "Well, if you could get me my hand back, I would be quite happy to write it down for you. Write the address down for you."
Okay. And probably Misha might respond to try to stop her, but Riley Venom's going to go rushing off into the next room or so, looking for wherever June is, and say, "I need the robot hand. The robot wants her hand back, so I need the robot hand." And goes try to sniff it out and bring it back.
Hmm. Sounds like a convince.
I think so.
Alright, what are you convincing with?
Sorry, I was finishing up that advance there. I'm adding Vicious Instinct as a quality or item that best expresses your personal style or enhances it.
Ah, cool.
Okay. I am going to go with Try to Make Friends,
Yep.
Cut to the Heart,
Mm-hmm.
um, try to scent out the thing, so Scent of Souls, which is already checked because I
Sure.
forgot to uncheck it. I can't think of anything else.
No, I'm not really seeing anything. But that's okay. I don't think any weaknesses fall in here.
No, June is probably not going to worry too much about disjointed responses or a lot of the other mental stuff going on.
Yep.
Okay, convince. That would have been a failure. Thankfully, it's not.
Indeed. Yeah, June will hand the hand over.
Yep, because probably it doesn't fix her agenda too much to keep on hold of it.
Yeah. Also, it's heck, it could work for her because of the information that Magdalena has.
Yep. Okay. So with that, I assume she hands over the hand, and I rush over, come back, and hand it over to Magdalena. Hand over the hand. Here's the hand.
Thank you. Magdalena takes it and puts it in her pocket, writes the address down on a piece of paper that Misha supplied. It's. She says it's an abandoned warehouse in the industrial district. Well, maybe not a warehouse, it might be a factory that's been converted.
Hmm. Okay. Mini doors. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, doors?
And Misha's going to try to stop her at this point. It's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's sort of her thing.
Ah, well then, I guess I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
With that, Magdalena steps back out through the window and jumps down to street level.
Yeah. Now, I'm hoping we end up getting over there. I don't think we're up to montage time yet. Well, you're GM though. But
Hmm.
I can tell you right now that when we get over there, random is, unless you want to do this as a montage, because what I would choose instantly is working the case.
Hmm. If we do it as a montage, it also means we don't have to do anything with Laura.
True.
Um, so that might be the best plan, actually. Do you want to hit the montage button?
Yeah, I'll do that. Montage. So I'm planning to work the case.
Mm-hmm.
That's three clues. Uh, Now, it's been gone for 4 months, but I'm imagining there hasn't been much sign of people hanging around there since then.
Hmm.
Well, you can tell me yes or no. Like, there might be some homeless people, or they might have been used as a regular warehouse. But I'm hoping the way she's going to do is she's going to sniff around, and that sort of regular violence for an extended period of time probably left a deeper imprint that might last 4 months.
Oh yes, it definitely does. The This particular place is full of doors. There are security guards.
Okay. So we we
Oh,
yeah, we're having little connection issues.
you go.
Testing.
Hello.
Okay, look, I have green bars again. It was red bars for a little bit. Can you hear me?
There.
Can you hear me?
I can hear.
Okay, so I think whatever connection issue was going on is past, so we should be fine.
Mhm.
Yay, more bloopers. Okay. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to end up sneaking past the security guards easily enough because they're probably just regular rent-a-cops for the most part. And large building, they can't cover the entire thing. Um,
Yeah, there's probably, considering it is basically they're babysitting the place for a holding company. Yeah, they're not, and the place is trashed anyway, so they're not.
they're not caring about it too much.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as it doesn't burn down. Laura is going to explore her mythos, so I will add Soul Siphon to.
Cool. The three clues.
Yep.
What company is the security guards? because somebody has to have hired them.
Let's call them Armgard.
Could you spell that in the thing?
Armguard. Armgard.
Armguard. Okay. As an old amped garter, that sounds interesting. Not an old amped garter, but anyway. Armguard. Interesting. Okay. In the imprints that are here, do I get a scent of a central figure that was involved here regularly for time after time after time?
You would get 2 of those, but they would each be separate clues.
I'll spend the last 2 to get the sense of those 2 people so that I would know what they are like.
All right. So this particular place had a lot of like underground rooms, storage rooms, and things like.
Yep.
Where a lot of very bad stuff happened.
Okay.
You find things like piles of stone dust and gravel.
Stone dust and gravel.
It's kind of pale white, or pale whitish grey. There's a sense of that a lot of people were tortured in the area somehow, but it's very hard to tell how. There isn't a trace of blood anywhere or anything like that.
That makes sense. Though I can probably still smell the psychic residue of blood spilled.
Well, you can smell the psychic residue of the pain that was inflicted.
Yeah.
Which is enormous.
And you said I got 2 scents at the center of it, identifying them by tropes because that's how random things. What would the tropes that would apply to these 2 be?
All right. The one that I just described?
I'm thinking Golem, but
not Golem. Let's see. I think the closest. I don't know if there's an actual trope for it, but it's the pain artist.
Oh, joy.
The type of serial killer sort that does things for the art.
Right. Okay, so that's one. Pain artist.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the other central?
The other one is very confusing. You find an office that was overlooking a large area, probably where they set up the ring, considering the rest of the psychic residue in the area.
Right.
And there is just this mass of conflicting, chaotic emotions in here. It's like what would happen if you got a crowd of people and stuffed them into a tiny box?
This is
There is just
the synth. Is like a crowd of people stuffed into a tiny box.
hmm,
Okay, that's disturbing on several levels. Um, so there's a collective and a paint artist.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. So Misha doing lookout, random sniffing around the room with the gravel and the white dust or gray dust. It's like okay, paint artists, monster that makes art.
Hmm.
And then the next getting into that office, probably some board's security guard going around below and saying, "Mini in one, mini in one, collective."
Hmm. Okay, where does that lead us?
Hmm. Them? And she points to one of the security guards and their badge.
Armguard. You proposing that we break into their offices and find out who sold them the building, or sold whoever owns the building now?
Yes, that would be it.
All right. I mean, I can help, but you're way better at sneaking.
Yep.
Should we get Laura to help, or
Laura might be better. Yes. I don't know how to use computers.
hmm,
Oh, Lawnmower Man. I don't think that works. Maybe.
well, hopefully there aren't any godlike AIs running around. That would be
Okay, let's go talk to Laura.
okay. So you get back home.
There wasn't really going to be much that I could get from that scene, but yeah.
Hmm, I mean, it depends on what you spend your clues on.
This is true, but unless somebody else comes with me to investigate.
Yeah. So you go back. You pick up Laura. Let's see. This is probably going to be a sneak around on Laura's part. So I think that Laura is going to go for the. Actually, no, she's just going to use her cloaking ability and the whole somebody else's problem feel thing that she can do and try and walk around in just, casually walk into the building like she owns the place.
And I
Ho-
think Random will try to have her back by watching from the garden.
Okay. Alright, so I think Beguiling looks Empathic whispers, cloaking, piercing insight.
I think so for the yeah, I think so.
Random is helping, so random movie monster from the defining event.
Unfortunately, I don't have any help for Laura.
No, I took random as a power tag.
Oh, then yes,
Hmm.
that's an
Uh,
interesting way to do it.
yeah. Let's see. I think that's about it.
Okay.
Um, I think I'm going to tag Nocturnal. Or do I tag Nocturnal or Lingering Malignance? I think I think Lingering Malignance because she's got that sort of aura of
That
bad stuff.
and that'll attract other malignant entities in the area.
Hmm, indeed. All right, so that's a power 4 sneak around. Do I make sneak around dynamite? I do.
Very nice.
And I'll get clues out of sneaking around. So that's a dynamite success.
Yeah, and you get clues, so I don't think you even need to do an investigate.
No, I mean, I could if we wanted more.
True enough. Yep. We do run the risk of we do run the risk of what do you call it? Of leaving traces behind, but that makes the story more interesting.
Hmm. All right, I'm going to say that in order to get the password she needs, Laura sneaks up behind a one of the employees that would have access and whispers a suggestion that they tell her everything she needs to know about how to get into their files and where she needs to look.
Oh, nice, and hopefully they just think it's themselves thinking out loud.
Indeed. So we're going to go with enchanting voice, flawless grace.
I don't think Grace falls into this so much, but
Okay,
empathic whispers definitely.
but I just used that.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure whether this would be a friend. Yeah, we're still in there, so
Yeah.
yeah. Soul Siphon maybe, but Flawless Grace is a broad tag, so yeah, Flawless Grace.
Yeah, okay. Flawless grace. You reckon Soul Siphon?
You touch upon somebody's soul.
Yeah, this is a good point. You think Feminine Paragon, maybe?
Uh, no, because you're not presenting yourself as necessarily female. Just sort of random
Alright.
voice on the wind.
Hmm. I think I'll tag Vampiric Impulses for this one.
Okay.
Because, temptation to go a bit too far.
Yes, the food is right there.
Hmm. Investigate.
Well,
2 more clues. What do we choose?
could be. Um, let's see.
I know what it'd be if the investigation exposes Laura to danger.
If you know what one would be, that's probably the best one to go to.
Okay.
I
Do
mean,
you mind if I keep it secret?
no, go ahead, do that.
Alright, so everything seems to go perfectly.
Everything okay? That doesn't sound good. Go on.
No, it's alright. Things have gone right for us for once. Um, so yes.
So we have 3 questions.
Well, I'm going to spend one to get a lead to give us a lead.
Yep.
The
Was
first
Go on.
the first lead is that Armgard and that building are owned by Goliath Heavy Industries.
Because of course they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Directly, not a holding company.
Through several shells.
Okay. But the person you're mind-miming or something we found says something. Okay.
Yes, you either get a good indication or enough of an indication that you can we can trace it back to Goliath.
Right. Is there an address or a contact point for the person who's the contact on the security issues?
For the people who were in the building previously, or
Yeah, who would they contact if they had security issues now about that building? Did I say it? Did I let go of the button?
you did.
Okay. What
I
the
guess I'm not sure where that line of inquiry will be leading.
um like if something were to go down at the warehouse, they would have to report to someone, and that might be someone closer to the actual uh, fighting ring
Right.
because
Okay.
it's somebody keeping an eye out for investigation.
Oh, this is a good point.
Like if they have any special instructions on something to do.
Yep. Um. Could you grab a random name generator for me?
Yes, I can.
Let's go with a male name, possibly Greek influence.
Angelos Katsaros. There we go. Katsaros means curly in Greek, referring to a person with curly hair. And Angelus, of course, is Angel.
Yes. So yes, Angelus is the contact for um he seems to be a go-between between Goliath and Armguard and other clients. So this is probably the guy who's most closely connected to where anyone else would be. Like where the previous clients are now.
Hmm. Would it have to be another clue to get his name? I mean, to get his address, location, that kind of thing.
His location.
I'm assuming we
You
have
know what? You
some.
know what? No, you've got his name. You've got like you can find where he is pretty easily. That's not going to be a problem.
Okay. Is Armed Guard actively seeking? Does Armed Guard have an investigative branch that may be looking into the escapees?
Armguard itself, no. From the looks of things, Armguard is a pretty legit security company.
Okay.
It has been a little over half an hour. Should we go get refresh drinks and?
I think that'd be a good thing. I've got mine mostly is still half full, but if yours is empty, go ahead.
Yep, cool. I will be back in 1 minute or two. And I'm back.
Hello, welcome back.
Hey.
So, Angelos Kretsaros. I think after this, since we're not going to have much in the way of, unless the danger presents itself now, or holds, if it holds till later, we'll probably reconnoiter in the garden after the fact. Um,
Sorry, who reconnoitered in the garden?
Laura, Misha, and Random will probably not reconnoiter, reconnect in the garden later on. You dynamited the
Yep.
sneak around, so I don't see the security itself noticing.
Oh no. No, this is good. Really good, actually. We're moving the plot along.
Yes. Okay. So, so we need to find this Angelos Katsaros. Do we go now or do we wait?
Well, we need to look into the whole. We need to look into where this Angelos is going to be, Laura suggests, and then once we know where he'll be or where he might keep incriminating records or any information that we could use. I mean, either we need his computer or we need to talk to him directly, one of the two. I think either approach could work.
Okay. Misha will probably pipe up with something along the lines. Probably ideally one that doesn't involve fighting, but I don't see that happening.
Well, there is the question of what we do once we find these people. If they're keeping slaves, I mean, Magdalena was human before, right?
She said, yes.
Yeah, so no matter what happens, she pauses and sort of looks herself over. Um, Misha also looks a little uncomfortable for a moment. Misha sort of takes Laura by the shoulder and says, "Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but yeah, we're still human. We're still people. It's what's happened to us doesn't change that."
Yeah, and Random's going to twist her head to the side and looking at them and trying to just sort of parsing that.
Laura takes a deep breath and nods and then says, "Alright, so she gets out her laptop and starts looking around at just, on information on Angelos, anything that she can scrounge.
Yeah, I think what Random's going to do is try to find a way, try to see if coming out of the garden she could get a sense of where that the pain artist scent was.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I
We're
mean,
going to do a broad spectrum.
yep.
Alright. That sounds like an investigate.
The problem is there might be other people similar, and I might get the wrong one.
Hmm.
Let's see. So I am going to work with whatever. I'm going to look at doors to dark corners,
Okay.
scent of souls, doors to the
Hmm.
garden.
Pardon me, Thrith, could you give me 1 minute?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I have to check on something.
No problem.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
You were doing an investigation.
Yep, and I currently have a 3.
So, doors to the garden, scent of soul, doors to dark corners.
Yep.
Placement limits.
Yeah, because I can only look out of places where a door shows up.
Yeah.
Anything else you can see that applies?
No, not really.
Okay, here we go. Investigate.
Okay.
Okay.
So, the thing about this person's particular scent is that it is very distinctive. You are not going to mistake this person for someone else.
Very cool. Okay. Can I get a lead on the same sort of on where a place that this person has been hanging around a lot recently? Because that might be the new fighting area.
The place that Riley discovers is a sculpting workshop in Old Town.
A sculpting workshop.
Yep, it's a place where aspiring sculptors can go and learn the craft.
Okay. Does it look like, and this would sound like it's the second clue, does it look like that's the place where the fight ring has moved to?
You doubt it, but it's somewhere where the pain artist person comes frequently. In fact, the sort of front area is open to the public if random just wanted to wander in.
Hmm. I'm going to go look over to Laura and say, I think I found a place. And then, yeah, go ahead and start wandering in.
So when random wanders in, there's a whole bunch of different sculptures from students and teachers alike. However, one in particular is giving off a strong scent of what Random felt in the basement of the abandoned factory. It's a statue of a nondescript, genderless, faceless humanoid figure.
In the basement?
No, sorry. This is in the front lobby of this sculptor's workshop.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
It is on display.
I
Yes,
don't know how I got
it's
basement.
it's giving off the same feeling that Random got from the basement of the factory.
Oh.
The scent of pain is clinging to this.
I've used both my clues, right?
You have.
She's going to look at it real quick. Look at it and kind of circle around it, but I think it's probably move the spotlight to Laura since she was doing something when I started.
Um,
Unless you want to keep it here.
let's keep it here. I'm just going to say Laura finds. Laura probably will find a thing, assuming we don't find an alternate way of getting us to the next scene or to the, yeah, to the place we need to be. So if you let's keep it here, and we'll see if random can turn up anything else, assuming you want to pry a bit further.
Incidentally, I did the advance for Monster from the Garden.
I saw prey move slow.
Yes, I'm getting to where I can affect other people now. Let's see. I don't have much else because this is the same investigate, so a lot of my resources are cut off.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm going to try watching movies because knowing tropes.
Yep.
And cut to the heart.
Sure. Inured to the horrible.
Oh, that's not nice. Okay. I can't think of anything else that would apply to this.
I'm not seeing anything that you haven't used already. Remember to burn doors to dark corners too.
Thank you. I will. Done.
Yep, I'm not seeing anything, but I'm not really seeing any weaknesses either.
Okay. Here we go for an investigate. Because I have suspicions about this statue.
Indeed.
So before you choose whichever one is it's going to be, I have one question. Is the statue the person that is the source of the thing that is the source of the scent?
Yes.
Is it aware I found it out?
Yes.
Does it have any particular weaknesses that I might know about?
It is a solid block of stone. Also, it's a art house workshop. There's no one else around at the moment.
So Random's going to wave at it. Hello, you're a monster. I'm a monster. You're a worse monster.
At which point it leaps at her with surprising speed. I think this is a go toe to toe.
I think it is too. How much to use for this and how much to keep in reserve for potential face danger? Well, supernatural might.
Mm-hmm.
Mantra. I don't have any mantras running right now.
No, you don't.
Vicious. Oh, and let me reset first.
This is a good plan.
Supernatural might. Um. Vicious instinct.
Yep.
And think that'll do for now. It's a little bit of a risk going with just +2, but I think that'll do for now.
Okay. I'm not seeing any weaknesses that apply to a straight up fight.
Yeah, I would be doing more of the mantras, but I specifically forgot to induce some of those.
Well, you didn't have time before you realized you were in a combat situation.
Right. Okay. Here we go. Go toe to toe. Hmm. So she's going to block, dodge, or counter their best attempts and leap up out of the way. And, Xenomorph moves fast, Xenomorph moves fast, Xenomorph moves fast, start climbing up to the ceiling.
Hmm.
Um,
Yes, so its blow gouges a chunk of rock out of the wall um, as Riley dodges.
yep.
As she scrabbles up the wall, this thing also starts scrabbling up the wall after her. It, however, is a lot less elegant about it. It just carves chunks out of the wall with its fingers to create handholds to pull itself up.
Okay. It's
So I think it's still a go toe to toe.
Yes, it is. I'm waiting for a bit of a miss here, but we'll see. If there's a miss, I have a plan because I have a lot of things I can
Cool.
do with a miss. But this
Mm,
time, I am going to go ahead, do Xenomorph moves fast, Mantras of speed and travel, Mantras of power and tear.
mm.
I'm not thinking it's a fresh one yet since we're still in the same exchange.
I agree.
Okay. So, that's 3. Do you see anything else?
I do not.
Okay then. Time for go toe to toe.
Yep.
So, I'm going to choose Get Them Good with a power of 3, slashing in, stabbing in with the tail, chipping, or no, just grabbing hold and maybe ripping chunks off of its stone flesh, and block, dodge, or counter their best attempts just by being very fast and mobile. Actually, no. I'm not going to block, dodge, counter the best attempts because it's getting a little bit boring. So I'm going to manage to achieve a goal, and that's going to be to throw it down to the ground. And that's how I'm going to damage it with the tear instead of chunking out of it. So it will attempt to get an attack off at me.
Mm. All right. You deal a status of 2.
Total power was 3, but if he reduces it, it's 2. Yeah.
Yep.
I imagine living stonework does have resistance issues.
Oh, yes. So
if you want Laura to come in, I did specifically tell Laura I was doing this before I walked in through the door.
Oh yes, and Misha's probably keeping an eye on.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
yeah. Misha and Shannon are my fail safes in case something bad happens.
yeah. All right, Laura.
Because I'm running out of ways to fight it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say that Riley takes a chunk out of its arm and it falls to the ground. The fall itself doesn't seem to damage it very much, though.
Right.
However, Laura simply steps out of the shadows where the doors were directly behind and punches for center mass with all of her strength.
Awesome. Hit with all you've got.
Yep. Alright, so Private Dojo. Flawless Grace, Feral Physicality.
By the way, I did tag Prey move slow, so it was preternaturally slowed down just by going against Reba at that time.
Cool. Should I do Inviolate and Eternal?
That seems more defensive.
It does. You seeing any weakness tags on this one? I don't really.
No, we're not reacting
Alright.
first. We've kind. We're not. The blood bond
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be a limiting factor. Lingering malignance. No, I don't see anything really.
Is it daytime? Because Nocturnal, maybe?
I don't know.
I think it is daytime.
Yeah. Okay. So nocturnal then. We haven't used nocturnal in a while anyway.
Indeed. Alright, so hit with all I've got power to. Oh my.
Is yours dynamite when you do that?
No, it is not.
Oh well.
Yeah, okay. Even so.
That's a lot of options you have there. Having the juice off of that is kind of immense.
Hmm. I'd say that's at. It's at a status 2. That's a power 2, which will be reduced to 1, which will take it to status 3.
Really? Oh yes, because you only need a stat. You only need 2 tags to go from 2 to 3. Right.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Oh, right, yes. Sorry, I forgot about that.
No problem.
Um,
Otherwise, things get very dangerous very fast.
yeah, it's okay. This thing doesn't have, like, a full status track like we do. So it's actually pretty damaged at this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it good.
Well, that's power 3.
Yeah.
That'll take it up to 3.1. No, it won't. It will just supplant the 2 and become a 3. Still better.
Okay. That's good. All right. And take. I am going to hold its attention.
Awesome. It's probably going to turn out against you.
Yep. Uh, Considering that, I think Laura should take a face danger as Riley gets prepared for her next attack, which will be a refresh on
Yeah.
Riley's tags.
She's probably going to be doing change the game on it.
Yep. Alright, so facing danger. Inviolate and Eternal, for sure.
Yep.
Predatory senses for dodging, or I think I used Flawless Grace just a moment ago.
It's listed on the thing, thankfully. Private Dojo, Flawless
Yeah.
Grace, Feral Physicality, and Nocturnal were all used.
Yeah, okay, so I don't think I'm going to do predatory senses because that's more of a physical investigation.
Yep.
Fortunately, my face danger is dynamite. Um,
Unfortunately, I have ways to help you if you roll a miss.
Empathic whispers to read its intentions
Considering how loud this thing's malignance is,
before it strikes.
yeah. Oops, I was pushing shift. Considering how loud this thing's malignance is, I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, okay. I just used private dojo,
Yes, you did.
didn't I? Yeah, okay. That. Um, So I think that's it. But I just used Nocturnal, so I won't throw that into weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing any weakness tags, unless you are.
Dysphoria, dysmorphia.
Oh, how so?
If you're uncomfortable in your body, you might not move the most efficient ways.
Is good. It's a good point. All right. Um, Facing danger. There we go. Lucky.
Indeed, the dice are with us today.
Yeah, for once. Of
Yep.
course, now I'm very frightened of what will happen in the climax.
Indeed. Okay. I need a monster that tears secrets out of people. Ah, okay. So she's going to be up there whispering, doing her mantras again up into her, trying to power herself up. And I'm looking at your character sheet, not mine, so I need to switch that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do. Let me reset. I'm going to get mantras of power and terror, scent of souls, mantras of speed and. No, I'm going to. Yeah, I'll do that. Mantras of speed and travel. And I think that will cover it. I want to save the rest for attacking with, because that's going to. I don't think Scent of Souls. That won't fall into this. But I think those two will be it.
Okay. I'm not seeing any weaknesses, so
Change the game. Here we go.
indeed.
Oh dear.
So, I have noticed that we're getting to time.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Or I'm going to do a very evil cliffhanger,
Go for it.
and then we can leave it for the night.
Cool.
I'm going to complicate things big time.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Riley is powering up to square off against the thing, hit it from behind. Laura is keeping its attention. Then everything seems to still as one of the doors to the rest of the place opens. And Veronica steps through.
Oh, bloody, bloody.
Ev- Everyone freezes as Veronica looks surprised to see the scene before her. Then she puts her hands on her hips and says, "All right, you three stop right there and knock this all off. I'm sure we can talk this out like civilized people." And that's where we're going to stop.
Yep. Okay. I technically have an advancement I could do to interrupt this, but no, that's awesome, and it would extend things out.
Yay!
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I am basically holding I was basically holding Shannon and Misha in reserve for if one of us missed on like a face danger or something, to have like I said in a previous session, they're on my big damn heroes brigade moment.
yay! Oh, wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that to happen, but it's worked out really well.
This is well last random heard this person made her too, so this is interesting.
Oh, yes, that's what I figured. And yes, obviously, she has a connection to this
Indeed.
robot blood.
Also, you and I are collecting clues regarding our mythos. I see you have dreams of the past up to 5.
Yeah, I'm going to have to blow all of those and do a big exposition section. That might be something for next.
Yeah, I only have one, so I might be keeping it. It's related to the mystery of the garden. I might save it for when grappling with humanity cracks, which isn't yet because I haven't had another case where I've had to choose between my humanity and protecting my friends again yet.
Yep,
But it's getting close.
it is. Yeah, I'm. Should we geek out during the credits, or shall we save that for next time?
Hmm. I think we can save it for next time.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am expecting that to. I think I've already said that. Yeah, I've already said that Tatar is the thing under the most pressure.
Yep. And I just pretty much admitted grappling with humanity is. Um, as a note, this thing with keeping aspects or the tags that City of Heroes does, that making it where you can't reuse tags for connected actions, even if it's a new role. Thinking about carrying that over to Divine Blood.
That's interesting.
If we did that, however, it would almost require doing more trappings.
Yeah, that's a problem. Although, like, trappings aren't as bad as full aspects for like making stuff up, I guess.
True, true. I,
Yeah, we might want to test it out.
I was thinking of limiting it to trappings because of that issue, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know we kind of want to finish the current story arc and everything. It might be a thing to sort of go back to the well soonish and do a high school mystery thing.
Yeah, that might be an issue. That might be a thing
Yeah.
to do.
I
Okay.
just also, I hate to say it, but that's sort of where you live.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm having fun with this, and I have directions of where to go, but it's not nearly as much my place as the investigative things like we did in the first and the second playtest.
Yeah. Um, yeah, oh, actually, let's stop the recording before we talk more about this, because
Good point.
less editing for you.
That's true. Enjoy the looks into my interest in the other things, and the. This is probably not going to go to the bloopers because I never edit the geek out during the credits. But talk to you later.
Mm.